Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and I'm sharing with you a scrap process video. For this video I've used a sketch which was from the Lottie Loves Paper community on Facebook. It's their January sketch 1 and I really liked the way it looked, so I thought I would do a layout. So this is the photograph of my furry grandpup that I'm going to use, and as you can see I've speeded this process up. I've gathered all the scraps of paper that I have that's connected with autumn colours, because he's actually sitting in a pile of wet leaves on one of our walks around the local golf club. There's various papers here that you can see. There's some simple stories, Cozy Days, which is down the right hand side, the one with the flowers on. I think there's some crate paper Magical Forest, which is at least a year or so old. Some Jen Hadfield The Avenue, and some Pink Fresh Studio Days of Splendour. I think there's also an exclusive paper by the Hit Kit Club. I think that's called Grandma's House. The letters that I've used at the top that I've put on some wax paper there by Pink Fresh Studio. Really nice autumnal colours. As you can see, I'm calling this layout Squirrel Chaser, and I've dug out some squirrels that were in these autumnal ranges. This dog is crazy for squirrels. When we walk him, if he's on his lead, I nearly lose my shoulder every time. For some reason, he thinks he's faster than they are. He doesn't stand a chance, God love him, but he's a trier. And that's where this layout started. We adore him. And if you follow me on Instagram, where I'm SheenaRibenaScraps, or you follow me on Facebook, you'll find lots of pictures of this gorgeous dog. So I'm following the sketch quite closely. I'm doing strips down this side. In the sketch it's central, but I've just moved it to the left so I can have the strip going down the right. The reason for that is I really wanted to make a cluster including a squirrel, because the way that the dog is looking in the photograph, I wanted him to literally be looking at a squirrel on the page. So I'm just tearing the edges of some of the strips, just sticking them in behind the photograph. I don't think you really notice that there's so many different ranges of paper all put together. I think the colours go quite well, really. And I'm just tweaking them, getting them so the way I would like them to look, apologies. So this cluster on this side is important. So there's that squirrel. And the sticker that's on it says, "This is what it's all about," which is so true. I've got lots of flowers here on the right on my cutter. They're all Days of Splendour, and a few of those make it onto the page. The stickers that have just appeared, I think they're Magical Forest, and I think there's a mushroom I think that I eventually end up using. The trees belong to Jen Hadfield's The Avenue. I'm just enjoying using up bits and pieces. I mean, none of the pieces of paper were full sheets. They were all scraps or bits of 6x6 that I've used. And it's nice and satisfying way to actually use things up. So this layout hasn't taken very long to come together so far. I always do a bit of twiddling, so you can see me literally thinking whether I want to change a few bits and pieces. So off camera I have actually stitched down the base layers of paper, having just distressed the edges. So they're all now on the cardstock, including the actual title. I stitched through that as well. I think it's a good way of keeping the letters in place. So that's all sorted. So I'm now starting to make sure that I'm happy, and then I'll be sticking everything down. I'm just using lots of foam pads here just to build up some dimension, but I really like the way that cluster's looking. Matted the photograph on some more. I think that's the Hip Kit Club exclusive paper that I've got there under the photograph, just to lift it a little and give it a pop of orange so that he doesn't blend in too much to the papers. As you can see, these tags that were tucked in down one side, they're not whole, they're bits that are left over, but it's ideal. You never see the rest of them. I'm going to do my journaling further down, so I don't need them for that, so they're there just to be decorative at this stage. So I'm still looking at other embellishments. I've got his name there, Rafa is the name of the dog, and I'll get that added to another strip with a flower embellishment to that. I think I literally add something to every strip going along. This one near the top under the title, it makes me smile because the circle embellishment from Pink Fresh Studio says Dare to Dream, which I think fits very aptly with this squirrel chasing that this dog does. There's a little squirrel that I'm just adding there with a bit of red line tape. That's from Bramble Fox. I think I'd end up adding a couple of their acorns as well by the time that I've finished. So I'm just placing this cluster. These are definitely Jen Hadfield trees. I wish there was more actually in the pack. I think there's 3 were die cuts and the green one's a sticker. But I definitely wish there'd been more of those in the set. I really enjoyed using those. And that's another base for another squirrel. So it's 3 squirrels in total I managed to get on this page. And a good way to use these bits up. So I'm just little bits and pieces. You know, when you're just checking, see if there's anything else you can squeeze in. I don't want to overfill it, but on the other hand, there's always a few little stickers that I could actually use up. So there's a mushroom, yes. I thought one made it on the final layout. Final look round, just seeing if there's any more bits and pieces that I can add. That mushroom doesn't make the cut, and I need to add my journaling at the bottom. Please enjoy these close-ups that are coming of the final layout. If you don't follow me and you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. As I say, you can find me on Instagram as SheenaRibenaScraps, and I hope to be sharing more videos very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Bye for now.